Good day, everyone, and welcome to another exciting vocab lesson. This is Mr. Stitt, and today we're going to be talking about week 15 for my 8th grade students. Here's a list of the words this week: avarice, trek, serpent, academy, vapor, and portrait. So let's jump into the first word for the week. The first word this week is avarice. Avarice. So this is a noun. It's a thing. And it's typically like a personality trait that someone has. And avarice is when you have insatiable greed for riches, inordinate, miserly desire to gain and hoard wealth. So this image pretty much captures a lust for money, when someone just wants nothing but money. They don't care about human beings. They don't care about how they get the money. They just desire money for money's sake. Synonyms would be covetous, greedy, stingy, penny-pinching, and cheap. So a classic character that I think of that had avarice would be Ebenezer Scrooge in The Christmas Carol. He didn't care about anyone. He was a miser, and he had lots of avarice because all he cared about was riches. So the first word, avarice. The next word this week is trek. You're probably familiar with this word, and it's a verb. It's an action, and it means to travel or migrate slowly or with difficulty, especially to hike through rough terrain. So you can see in this image here we have two hikers, and this looks like very rough terrain. These mountains are very rough. They're even above the cloud line. You can see there's clouds down below. That's how tall this mountain is. And it looks like there's not even very much vegetation. It looks like rough terrain. They're making a trek through the mountains. So synonyms of trek would be expedition, hike, odyssey, trip, and travel. Trek. The next word this week is serpent. Serpent. And you're probably very familiar with this word. It's a noun, it's a thing, and it's just a snake. A wily, treacherous, or malicious person. So a serpent doesn't have to literally be a snake. It can be just a person who's very snake-like, which the connotation for snake-like is someone who's very malicious, hard to trust. They're very untrustworthy. They do devious, evil things. I always think of Harry Potter and Lord Voldemort. He was literally snake-like, or like a serpent, but his personality was also very devious and malicious. He's a great example of a serpent. So synonyms would be snake, viper, basilisk, dragon, and ophidian. Serpent. The next word this week is academy. Academy. Many of you attend an academy. And this is a noun, which is a place, and it's a secondary or high school, especially a private one. So you might go to a public school, but typically private schools have the prestige of being called an academy, a school or college for special instruction or training in a subject. So synonyms of this would be institute, school, establishment of learning. So academy, a place where you learn. The next word this week is vapor. Vapor. And this is a noun, so it's a thing, and it's a visible exhalation as fog, mist, steam, smoke, or noxious gas, diffused through or suspended in the air. So you can see this is a famous fountain, and the steam coming off the fountain is a type of vapor. You might have a warm drink like hot chocolate or coffee, and the steam coming off the coffee or hot chocolate is a vapor. So synonyms of this would be condensation, fog, gas, moisture, smoke, and steam. Vapor. The next word this week you're probably very familiar with, and it's portrait. A portrait. And this is simply a noun, it's a thing, and it's a likeness of a person, especially of the face, as a painting, drawing, or photograph. So synonyms of this would be account, characterization, image, likeness. This should be painting, and photograph. So this is a famous type of portrait, a painting. You might have a portrait of your family. It might be more of a photography portrait instead of a painting at your house. But anytime you capture someone's likeness in a large-scale drawing, painting, or photograph, portrait. Well, thank you so much for joining us this week. Here's a list of the words we learned today for my 8th grade students in week 15. Avarice, trek, serpent, academy, vapor, and portrait. Thanks again for joining us. I hope to see you again next time. Bye.